Hello and welcome back to Spider Slaughter. I've got it paused for the moment while I just cover what I've done off screen. First and foremost, thank you very much to everyone who pointed out that I hadn't yet set the Velvet Evildoers up with the Evildoer formation. That has now been done. Furthermore, I've also updated the Silvery Lurkers to have a Lurker formation. And Ornstein, having the highest crossbow skill by 3 points, has been promoted to Sergeant of the Lurker formation. Well done, Ornstein. We've got Strider as Captain, wielding an axe of the Velvet Evildoers. And we've got Incompetent LP as Captain, wielding a hammer of the Fortified Seals. Now, the other thing I've done with the formations, I've deleted one of the now unnecessary civilian squads. So we are missing the putrescence something. And I've tried to, a bit of jiggery-pokery to fill them all up. We've got 2 positions empty in the last 2 squads. Only because if I shunted 2 people up from the hatched savages, we'd be left with 1 person in that squad, and I didn't want that. Now, I have also tightened up the formations. A lot of people also pointed out that I had the Captain and Lieutenant sword set up to aim for the eyes. That is absolutely not what we wanted. So that has now been changed. I'll just show you to what. That's been changed to finish him. So a downed opponent, someone on the ground, they'll do a little bit of additional damage. I've also set up the Sergeant role to be a Marks Gnome, so increased ranged weapon and accuracy, and the regular Marks Gnome position to have aim for the eyes. So everyone should be doing what they need to do. Furthermore, I've also swapped all positions to carry their primary weapon. In the case of someone who only has 1 weapon and a shield, the weapon is always in the left hand. In the case of the ambidextrous gnomes, their sword is in the left hand. So if they go to grab a sandwich, they'll drop their hammer, but they'll still hold their sword. And as most of them in that position, this uniform is used by the Legionnaires. And as by and large the Legionnaires are sword primary, that's the best we can do. Now, I've had a look over our situation. Now, we do actually have quite a lot of bandages, but unfortunately they're all stored over here. And I'm loath to move them. Instead, I would rather make more bandages. Which I actually do need to tidy up a little bit more as well. But for the time being, we've got those bandages. They're being stored here. I've increased the penalty for looking down or up layers. So by that, what I mean is when a gnome is looking for something, for example, a bandage, say the gnome was here and was looking for a bandage, the penalty in pathing cost for looking each layer beneath itself is much higher now. It used to be a modifier of 3, it's now a modifier of 15. So generally speaking, and this may bite me in the backside, I am aware, but the idea is if they're stood here and there are bandages but there, then looking all the way down here, let's assume that the hospital didn't have any for a moment, they would see the bandages here and they would see the bandages there, but because there's like a massive modifier for every layer they have to go down in terms of how far it's calculated away from them, they should go for the bandages here. That's what I'm hoping anyway. It might not work out like that. But I have had a look over our situation, and whilst we've got a bunch of bandages here, we really need them up there. And at the moment, as much as I said I want to keep the fort open, we are going to close the fort. I'm going to wait for them to pull these bodies in. I've set up another stockpile just to grab the bodies in as fast as they can. And once we have Tiki Miek's corpse inside the fort, we're not going to leave... Oh, wow, there's a gnome without a head. We're not going to leave him outside Webster's headless corpse. Okay, Tiki Miek is now inside. Actually, there's an axe out there. There's only a copper hand axe, though. What's this? It is Tiki Miek's left leg. No, go get his left leg. Can't leave his leg there. And also bring in Webster's head. Damn it. Oh, everyone's hands and heads. Oh, my lord, this is kind of grim. Gotta be honest. Right. You've gone outside. Why have you gone outside? Is there something you're going for? What are you doing? Are you going to go and play something? If you are, I don't mind. But where are you going? Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. We don't want this anymore. Ah, damn it. Zoom out. This is absolutely not a priority anymore. We'll come at this from a different direction, okay? I know I'm dicking you around, and I apologize. I do. But I'm doing this for your own good. Trust me on this. You absolutely don't want to be over here right now. Just go back. Go back indoors. Now, we do have some torches to be placed. But I think we're going to forgo that. So let's get the silvery lurkers up, watching the battlefield. And I'm just going to go and cancel this job. And this one, and this one. We'll do this another time. We'll get that all set up another time. I think there's a designation there. What is it? Oh, it's the patrol route. Oh, we'll leave that there. Right. Now, everyone should be inside. Zoom in. Have they brought in that hand axe? Oh, they have. Fantastic. Right. Well, it is time to pull this lever. Pull the lever and seal the fort. Make it so. Yes. Once that's done, we're going to mourn. Mourn the headless gnomes that died bravely in the battle of the 7th day of winter, year 3. We need to come up with an awesome battle name. It needs to be remembered. Now, I don't know what the cardinal directions are in this game. I don't know which side is north. But let's say this is north, okay? Though actually, when we started, I think it was like this. So, okay, we'll call this east. And because this gate is on the east, we're going to call that the Battle of Eastgate. Battle of Eastgate. Many gnomes died to put down the Mant Menace. They will be remembered. In the meantime, though, we need to put things back in order because there is a lot of stuff gone awry now. I think one of the biggest things we need to do is get some steel armor on our gnomes. I mean, they're pretty. Look at this. They're pretty well equipped. They've got iron and steel weapons. This is Anthrax II's got a steel sword and an iron hammer. Incompetent LP, a steel hammer. That's fantastic, in fact. I haven't done this in a while, so let's just actually look over their various skills. Incompetent LP has 59 in hammer. That's fantastic. He's got 44 in shield, so I'd be loath to take the shield off him as well. 43 in dodge, only 12 in armor though. I'm wondering how they get their armor skill to go up. Because it doesn't seem to be going up that much, even though they're getting, I presume, beaten repeatedly and viciously. I would have thought their armor skill would have been going up by now. Pardon me, a little sip of Pepsi. And Million Fowl, Axe 63. This is why Million Fowl is such a danger. But the thing is what it isn't saying is his biting skill is 98. You can't say it's a hidden stat, I just happen to know from observing how often he bites for critical damage. Million Fowl is a terror. He's got 45 in shield and 46 in dodge, so, you know, he's also pretty good at getting out of the way of damage, and 41 in fighting. Now, odds are that is actually the skill that's being used whenever he's kicking someone or biting them, but wow. 63 in axe. We really would be... well, it would be awful if we lost Million Fowl based on those skills alone. Anthrax, 58 in sword. That's... wow. What's it? You're only one below Incompetent LP in their chosen weapon. And you've got 25 in hammer. So, fortified seals, yeah, pretty good. The ones who are alive anyway, and that's probably why they're alive. Strider, he's only got a 33 in axe, and a 34 in shield and 31 in dodge. More or less a kind of a newbie. Newbie as far as the military go. Watery Pillow, 47 in their chosen weapon. And 24 in hammer as well. 34 in shield and 14 dodge. Sero. Let's have a look here. What have you got? You've got 46 in hammer. You're pretty beefy with that, actually, at the moment. You've got 34 in dodge, but you won't have any in shield, actually, because you don't wield a shield. You're wielding a two-handed hammer, so... Yeah, I could swap Watery Pillow and Strider, but no. No. And for the same reason, Millionfowl doesn't want to lead. He just wants to bite things. And Watery Pillow is much more at home taking orders than giving them. Doesn't like to have the responsibility of other people's lives. He's just there to kill things, not to give orders. Look at all these bodies everywhere, and look at all these body parts. It's quite grim. I'm sure you'll agree. Now, as you've noticed, the third... Ooh, excellent. The fourth windmill is going up. But the third windmill gave us the power needed to keep that mechanical door shut. Now, the next thing will be to set up another mechanical wall here with a lever there. And some axles coming down here. And that will allow us to completely seal off this area. So we'd have our military guard in this area when we open this door. And we'll just let them pour in and fight. But we'll leave them to do that for now. It looks like they're moving bones and bits and bobs and leather bits and stuff all in. I also addressed the problem of not having the right, someone working in the brewery. We have now got KOs working the distillery. He's our new brewer dwarf. Gnome. Gnome. Totally didn't say dwarf there. But, yeah, we are hurting. We used to have 2 almost for every job, and now we are down to 1. Even for important ones like the farm. But so far, I mean, it's winter, so that isn't as much of an issue. Our farmer is mostly hauling things at the moment. But yeah, we do certainly need our nomad wave. Now, down here we have no light, and that is a bad thing. We want some light, so let's get that built as a matter of priority. Furniture, torch. Let's get some torches down here. I have one there, one there, one there. This will be the way forward. They're going to come down here and then down stairs and things like that. Actually, we'll just have the stairs. I'm sure those 2 torches will be enough light. So we'll just have the stairs back there. But we will build another training grounds down here. So let's get that going up. Where are you? Workshop, military, training ground. We'll go ahead and build this. And we will have it there, I think. And in the meanwhile, let's put speed up a little bit. We're going to take apart this particular training ground. Once that's pulled down, actually we'll get you to leave, because otherwise it might block them from doing that. Once this is pulled down, they'll be able to finish the other one. And then we'll have the Velvet Evildoers working down in the mines, ready to protect our miners, should anything go awry. Now then. It looks like bandages are being brought up. Let's check. Oh, Kazi falls asleep on the floor. Let me just check this, actually. I haven't been watching this too closely. Well, doesn't look like much has happened at all. Fair enough, that's good. Seems that didn't go into the event log. Ah, man. I'm still kind of reeling from those losses. Though epic as that battle was. Wow, the losses. I still don't know what to think. But we do need to start getting rid of some of these iron bars, I think. Got some bronze and things being stockpiled here, but I don't actually think anything the weaponsmith uses. Oh yeah, they do use bars. They use them for the sword blades and things like that. That's okay then. Let's have a quick look at our stockpile. We want to check out what bars and ores we've got. So let's check on cutting bars. Do we have any? No, we don't. Okay, we've got 22 bronze bars. That's not too bad. And we can make more bronze bars. But what we would really like is some steel. So let's have a look down here. I think I checked this out in the last episode, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to refresh my memory here. Armor plates. Do we have any steel armor plates? We've got 4 steel armor plates. That's not too bad, I guess. We've got 1 steel helmet. It's being worn currently. We want a steel breastplate, really. Pauldrons, greaves, gauntlets. Yeah, we really do want to sort that out a bit. We need to get rid of some of the weapons and armor we've got, though. There's just really no point in having it right now. We could probably get rid of all of the copper shields, and we're going to do that. Yeah, all the copper shields are on repeat. In fact, it looks like we're melting down the copper everything, so that's kind of cool. Won't have to do anything too drastic there then, but we are going to have to start getting rid of the iron armor we're not using, just returning it to bar form, just to cut down on our kingdom worth, which is skyrocketing, you may notice. This is going to be what kills us if anything does. Now, thankfully, we've got some people working down there. I have also turned back on the notification if an enemy is spotted. Let's have a quick look around. Any man scouts? May have already missed one. But hopefully the silvery lurkers would let me know if there was a man scout out there. Doesn't look like, though. They look alright. Now they're bringing in more of the logs and just things are turning over, but I noticed they're still working on that. Been working on that for ages now. It's a little bit disturbing. Really want that. There we go. I spoke too soon. Okay, so we're going to want a lever here and a mechanical wall there and axles to power them. So let's get to work on that. Let's build mechanism linkage. We want axles. Any axle will do once you've got one. So 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we would also like a device, and it should be a mechanical wall. Any mechanical wall will do. 1 there. And furthermore, a switch. We would like a lever. We would like it there. And that should give us all we need for this. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 axles. We'll start with the axles and we'll work up to everything else then. So what do we need for an axle? We're going to need rods, I believe. So let's use up some of our copper bars. We'll make 5 rods for now. And then 5 axles. And we'll leave that for now. Let's check on our stocks. I want to know how many bandages we have around the fort. Got 87 bandages. Actually quite a lot. But my guess is they're almost all here. Let's check this out. This crate has 5 bandages in it. This crate has 32 bandages in it. This crate has 30 bandages in it. Okay, well that's not too bad, really. They're doing alright. Let's have a look. And they're starting to stock that up. That's excellent, because that's a... no, that isn't, though. That's full of meat. And only a couple of bandages. How about this one? They should only have bandages in it. That's okay. And this one doesn't have anything in it yet. Once we're done, there'll be plenty of bandages around here, and we can see that the traps have already been reset, which is good news for us. Now then, have they built the... No, still waiting on this one at the moment. That's not too good, honestly. I wonder what's holding them up. Have I not got a skill? Let's double check. We need construction 1, yeah, so that should be easily set up. Not quite sure why they're not doing that. But we're also waiting on this, and I'm not sure why they're not doing this one either. We should have everything we need. It's a little bit worrying. I know that everything down here is going to be moving a little bit slower because we've got one gnome who can do any of it, and that is Dapper Jester. Unfortunately, with Mr. C gone, Dapper Jester is struggling with the increased workload, but I'm not really sure why it's not why the building down here isn't going up, because we've got more than enough people with the construction profession, so that's a bit of a problem. Now, do any of these require bars? I don't think they do. Oh yeah, some do. Not many though. Well, in the meanwhile, we're going to set up a stockpile for copper. We're going to have 1 copper here. Machine copper at a priority of 2. Since we do tend to use copper almost exclusively at this point for our machine stuff, and then we'll have another one here. And we'll put this priority up to 9 as usual. I'll just get in some more copper there. Build some of these crates. There are an awful lot of crates lying around the fort. Now, this is becoming a bit of a problem. We've got just random animals around the fort everywhere as well, which is getting a little bit annoying. Right, let's continue trying to set up this room. At least that'll give a couple of people somewhere to sleep. So we want the torches behind the doors. And we want some nice 4-poster beds. Any 4-poster bed will do. And yes, I'm afraid they're sharing walls. So they're going to have to be on good behavior. Unlike those ranchers. Though only one of them is a rancher now. But you can keep your swanky room for now. Since you are doing a very, very important job there. Oh, why have the Silvery Lurkers not notified me of this? Why? Where are the Silvery Lurkers? Are they all asleep? I was contemplating opening the fort for a moment, but now I can see the two-headed ogres. Got 1 goblin fighter there. No, another one over here as well. Not fully armored though. I noticed those 2 are not fully armored. Nor are you 2. Nor are you. Wow. What about you though? I wouldn't mind your armor. Oh, what I would give for that armor. But no, I don't think so. Right, one other thing that I've been saying repeatedly that I'm going to do, promptly forgetting every time, is we're going to stop the production of bolts. We're no longer going to have stone bolts. Don't like them. We're going to get rid of that. So let's get that out and that out. We will keep some bolts. So if we run out of... we're going to also get rid of that, I think. I'm going to need to check out my stockpile and address some issues at some point. But we're going to keep some bolts on the go. So we'll keep 32 bolts. Granite bolts. But what I would like is for you to make me lots of copper bolts. Lots of copper bolts indeed. Could even do some bronze bolts now that we're moving up to... yeah, I think bronze bolts would be really nice. Yeah, let's do that. Make lots of bronze bolts. Let's think. 160 bronze bolts. That seems fair. That's 10 bronze bars. So we also now need a stockpile for bronze. So let's do that. Let's make this a priority 2. This should significantly improve the lethality of our crossbow gnomes. At least that's what I'm hoping. I have been wondering for a while whether I should try and set them up with some proper munitions, but I've always put it off for one reason or another. But we're getting to the point now where the granite bolts, bless them, are doing something, just not much. They take a lot to hurt someone. Though with these, I'm hoping they'll be able to do some significant damage. And who spotted it? Oh, well done. Now, the problem I've told them to try and stay at the maximum distance, which doesn't work so well. So I am going to actually change that. So let's go in, positions, Mark's gnome. No, you're okay. So what about Sergeant? Yeah. Don't maintain your distance. Get as close as you need to do your job. If we open the fort, then we'll set that up. And it looks like it's hailing outside. If you were wondering why it suddenly sounded like I was talking away from the mic, it's because I was. I was turning my head to look at the window at that racket. Now, let's have a quick look. We've got more and more goblins showing up. I'm glad I haven't opened the fort. That could have ended very badly at a time where we really can't afford it to end badly. Well, you can never really afford it to end badly, I suppose. But wow, that sounds really loud for me. I hope it's not coming through too loud for you guys. But everything seems to be going okay. We seem to be back on track. Things are... oh, we've actually got some rooms ready. I'm going to wait for them all to be ready before I set them up. But, oh, a goblin has bled to death. Fantastic work. Who killed him? Let's have a look. This will be the last thing we do before we leave. Ornstein, our sergeant. Granite bolt from her bronze crossbow at the goblin, hitting the right leg, poking the skin, poking the muscle, and poking the bone. Right leg is bleeding. An artery has been struck, and it falls to the ground. Goblin's left leg is bleeding. Artery gets up, bled to death. Well done. Granite, still using granite bolts. Well done, Ornstein. Well done indeed. Though more goblins are being spotted all the time. Still, as long as we're back to this, it seems. Back to having the silvery lurkers wiping out our foes from afar. I'm not too worried about that. I kind of like them doing that, but I don't want to get back into the situation where we're afraid to open the fort because there's an army of Mants and an army of goblins having a fight outside. So once we've got a reasonable stock, like a couple of these crates filled with bandages, I'm probably going to open the fort again. Now, 2 of those goblins are already down. Well done. Come on, get a couple more bleeding wounds on them. Oh, yeah, I think he's done for. Let's check. Bleeding, yeah. Your life is over. You may as well just lie down and die. I think there's ogres bleeding as well. Yep, 2-headed ogre bled. Well done. And the nice thing about this is all their gear is just going to drop by here. Which means if we did want to open the fort, we could just dash out, grab it, get back inside, close the fort. That would be good times. But I think that's it for this episode. A bit of a sedate one compared to the epic Battle of Eastgate that we saw in the last episode. But they can't all be epic battles. At least not if we want the fort to survive for any period of time. But we're going to be limping along, I'm afraid, until the 1st of spring, where we may get some more nomads. I'm probably going to have a look at our stockpile situation, the things that we've got on repeat order, stuff like that, because we can't really afford to be making things that we don't need right now because we've got so few people doing anything. We kind of need them all working on whatever they've got. On stuff that actually matter to the fort, things that are going to make the fort stronger, faster, harder, etc. But yeah, looks like Dapper Jess is finishing off with some smelting. That's probably what we're going to do a lot of in the next couple of episodes. Try and pull this kingdom worth down a bit. But that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll join me for the next. But until then, do take care.